Let me start with a question that I'm betting a lot of you have asked yourselves, maybe even as recently as this morning when you were getting ready for work. Have you ever looked at your own reflection in the mirror and thought, why do I look so incredibly tired? Or maybe why am I gaining all this weight around my middle even though I try to eat right? Another concern might be, why can't I remember simple things like I used to? Or why do I feel so overwhelmed and so anxious all the time? If you felt that way, you're definitely not alone. But what if I told you all those seemingly unrelated issues, the stubborn belly fat, the brain fog, the irritability, the exhaustion, could actually all be traced back to a single silent chemical reaction happening inside your body every single day? The silent driver behind that reaction is chronic stress. And the hormone that pulls the strings is cortisol. Here's the piece of the puzzle that most people never hear in a standard doctor's office, and that is stress isn't just an emotional burden or a feeling of being rushed or anxious. It's a physiological state that's quietly, aggressively aging your brain and your body from the inside out. The good news is you don't have to just accept it. I'm Dr. Tom Neblett with 4 Points Family Chiropractic right here in Northwest Austin. And I want to officially welcome you to this month's episode of our Living to 100 webinar series. Our mission with this webinar series is pretty simple. We want to give you practical, science-backed, real-world tools that help you live longer, live stronger, and experience genuine vitality. You know what the bottom line is? We want to add life to your years, not just years to your life. How does that sound? And today we're going to tackle a topic that affects every single person watching this video, whether you consciously feel stressed out or not right now. We're going to dive deep into the stress epidemic, how cortisol is quietly aging your brain and your body. Now, before we paint cortisol as the ultimate villain, let's clear up a misconception. Cortisol itself is not inherently bad. It's actually essential for life. It's produced by your adrenal glands, which are glands that sit right on the top of your kidneys, and it acts as your body's built-in alarm system. Back in the day, thousands of years ago, if you were out foraging for food and a predator like a saber-toothed tiger jumped out of the bushes, your brain's survival center would instantly trigger a massive spike in cortisol and adrenaline. And that was a lifesaver. It immediately dumps sugar into your bloodstream for quick energy, spikes your blood pressure, sharpens your focus, and shuts down everything you don't need in that exact second, like your digestion, your immune system, and your reproductive drive, which aren't necessary when your only goal is don't get eaten. Make sense? Then once you outran the threat, your hormone levels would drop back to normal. Your body would go back to healing, digesting, and resting. Now, let's fast forward to modern day Austin, Texas. Our brains are still wired exactly the same way, but our predator looks completely different today. Today, it's that grueling commute you make every day on Mopac. It's financial pressures. It's job uncertainty. It's an influx of work deadlines. It's family responsibilities, a never-ending stream of smartphone notifications, terrible sleep, and of course, the constant 24/7 cycle of bad news. Sound familiar? Well, here's the catch. Your brain can't tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a toxic email from your boss. It triggers the exact same chemical cascade I just described. Now, because our modern stressors don't go away like a saber-toothed tiger, that alarm system never has the opportunity to shut off. As a result, your cortisol levels stay elevated day after day, month after month. And when cortisol stays high for too long, it stops protecting your body and begins to damage it. And there's the problem. So, I want to talk about how cortisol attacks the brain and the body. Let's look at what this actually does to you, starting right between your ears. Chronic cortisol levels have a devastating effect on a part of the brain called the hippocampus. Now, this is the part of the brain responsible for learning, short-term memory, and mental clarity. And when that part of the brain is constantly bathed in cortisol for years, it actually starts to atrophy. It shrinks. That's why, as we age, sometimes we walk into a room and can't remember why we're there, or why we find ourselves staring at a computer screen or a book, entirely unable to focus. It's not just that you have a lot on your mind. It's that your brain architecture is quite literally reacting to a hormonal overload. Make sense? At the same time, cortisol hijacks another part of your brain, your amygdala, which is your emotional fear center. All right? It makes it hyperreactive. So suddenly, minor inconveniences that used to roll right off your back now make you want to scream or cry. You feel anxious, irritable, and your resilience tends to plummet to low levels. And it doesn't just stop with your brain, all right? High cortisol levels completely wreck your metabolism. It sends a signal to your body saying, hey, we're under constant siege. We need to store survival fuel. And your body's favorite storage area to store fuel is visceral fat, right around your abdomen. So if you've been eating clean and exercising, but that stubborn belly weight just won't budge, cortisol is very often the culprit and the missing piece of the equation you haven't addressed. Another issue with cortisol is it tends to disrupt sleep cycles, creates systemic inflammation, suppresses your immune system, so you catch every cold going around, and it also places massive structural strain on your body. As a chiropractor, I see the physical manifestation of this every single day. All right, people walk into our office at 4 Points Family Chiropractic carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, and it shows up in their bodies as intense neck tension, severe shoulder tightness, chronic headaches, jaw clenching, and low back pain. Your physical structure tells the story of your stress long before you ever consciously admit that you're stressed out. Any of that sound familiar? So you know what? I want to pause right now for just a moment, because information is fantastic, but information without action doesn't do anything to improve your life or change your health. Can we agree on that? So if you're listening to this right now, you're nodding your head thinking, wow, Dr. Tom, you're literally describing my life. Or you've been living in this high stress state for so long that you honestly don't even remember what normal or healthy feels like. I want to invite you to take a real step toward fixing that. We want to help you get to the root of what's going on. So if you'll pick up the phone, call our office at 512-659-5055. Simply mention the word stress. We're doing something very special for our webinar listeners. All right, we're going to offer a comprehensive new patient package for just $97. That's a $348 value. That includes a one-on-one consultation with a doctor, a full neurological and physical examination, and any necessary diagnostic x-rays, because we need to see what's happening structurally. And that'll be followed up with a dedicated appointment where we're going to sit down together, review your findings, and then map out a plan to get you back to feeling like yourself again. So again, just call 512-659-5055. Mention the word stress. Don't wait until your body completely breaks down to finally listen to what it's trying to tell you. Okay? We're here. We want to help. All right. Let's pivot to the good news, because your brain and your body are incredibly adaptable. This is called neuroplasticity and bioresilience. You might not be able to quit your job or eliminate every single stressor in your life, but you can absolutely change how your nervous system responds to that stress. So I want to share 6 practical, non-negotiable ways that you can start lowering those cortisol levels and build real resistance in your body, that you can start doing these today. Number 1, you have to prioritize sleep. This is not an option, okay? Sleep is the ultimate built-in anti-aging mechanism. When you get into deep restorative sleep, your cortisol levels naturally drop and your body goes into repair mode. You want to aim for 7 to 8 hours a night. In order to do that, you need to turn off your screens at least an hour before bedtime. Keep your room cool and stop drinking caffeinated beverages by noon. Number two, move your body regularly, but gently. Now, when you're chronically stressed out, a grueling, high intensity workout can actually spike your cortisol levels even higher. So instead of going into the gym and just killing it, focus on consistent, moderate movement. A 30-minute brisk walk outside, some light weight training, or yoga. Movement helps burn off excess cortisol naturally. But again, as I said, if you get in there and you kill it like you do at work, you're just keeping those cortisol levels high. Number three, you want to actively practice stress management techniques. Notice I used the word practice. That was intentional. Your nervous system needs to be trained to calm down. This can involve just 5 to 10 minutes a day of deep diaphragmatic breathing. That's those deep belly breaths. That's 4 seconds in through the nose, hold for 4 seconds out through the mouth. Doing a series of those can make a big difference in the way your body responds to stress. You can do meditation, excellent, prayer, or just spending time unplugged in nature. All these things can completely shift your body out of that fight or flight sympathetic state into the rest and repair parasympathetic state that we need to train our bodies to do. Number four, nourish your body with real food. Here's the thing about stress. When we're stressed, we begin to crave sugar, all right, and processed carbohydrates because cortisol demands fast energy. But those foods cause massive blood sugar spikes. And guess what? The body interprets those as more stress. So it's important to focus on clean, lean proteins, lots of colorful vegetables, and healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, wild-caught fish. All these things help keep your blood sugar levels stable. Now, number five is it's important to intentionally strengthen your social connections. We're wired for community. Spending time with people who truly support you, make you laugh, and lift your spirits causes your body to release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. All right? Oxytocin acts as a natural physiological brake pedal for cortisol levels, cortisol production. Finally, number six, support your nervous system directly. Your nervous system is the master control system of your entire life, of everything in your body. It perceives the world, it interprets stress, and controls the adrenal glands. So it's important that you manage your nervous system. When your spine is misaligned, or your nervous system is full of structural interference, your body stays locked in a chronic state of emergency. In our office at Four Points Family Chiropractic, this is our core focus. By utilizing chiropractic care, we help remove that nervous system interference, which allows your nervous system to reset, adapt, and handle the demands of your life with way more ease. So, I want to leave you with one final thought today, and I really want this to sink in. Stress itself is not your problem. The problem is our inability to adapt and recover from that stress and the effects that cortisol has on our bodies. We can't always control what happens around us, right? Stress is inevitable. We can't control the traffic. We can't control the economy or the unexpected hurdles that life throws our way. But you can control how you support your brain, your body, and your nervous system. Just small, deliberate daily habits combined with the right structural support can completely rewire how you age and how you feel. You deserve to do so much more than just drag yourself through the day and merely survive. You deserve to genuinely thrive, and that's what we want for you. So, if today's talk resonated with you, if you're ready to stop letting stress quietly age your body and you want to take proactive control of your health, my team and I are all here to walk that path with you. Take advantage of the offer I mentioned earlier in the webinar. Call 4 Points Family Chiropractic right now at 512-659-5055. Mention the word stress and let's get you scheduled. For only $97, you'll get your complete consultation, an in-depth examination, any necessary digital x-rays, and a personalized follow-up report of our findings so we can show you exactly how to get your health back on track again. Okay? Well, I want to thank you for spending these 15 minutes with me for our Living to 100 webinar series. I hope you found this time valuable. I hope you'll use these strategies to help get your body back on track again. Great news. Next month, Dr. Mary is going to be talking about how to relieve tension, excuse me, through intentional breathing and by improving biomechanics. If you would like to review this information again later, excuse me, you can find it on our website, fourpointschiropractic.com, under the Watch a Webinar tab, along with 3 or 4 dozen other webinars with great health information. Or you can check out our Facebook site or our YouTube channel. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Dr. Tom Neblett, and I look forward to seeing you in the office soon. Take care, everyone.